Get ready for it, guys.
Good morning. So it is Friday, which means today's a sea day, our one and only real sea day, although when we were at Coco Key, we were on shore for 2 straight days, so it was kind of like half sea day, half beach day. But yeah, so, and then tomorrow it's over. Yeah, this is it. This is the last installment, I guess. Of course, I'll have like final thoughts and, different videos about like things we noticed and tips and tricks and whatever that we came up with along the way. But otherwise, I think the vlogs are gonna end today for now. So we're moving very, very slowly. I think the app says 1 mile per hour. I don't know how that translates to knots, but it's almost like we're not moving. So yeah, the distance between Coco Key and Miami is like 130 miles, and they are doing it in the course of like 36 hours or something. So 38 hours maybe. So they slowed us way, way down, and we're just kind of like, coasting back into Miami, and we should be there by 8 tomorrow morning. But meanwhile, we're just hanging out at sea. There's all kinds of activities and stuff on the ship today. We're gonna go get some lunch right now, then pack up our stuff, clean up the room, as you do. The white party was cool. A lot of people went, relatively speaking, because obviously there's not very many people on the ship right now, but everybody tells us that on other cruises, the white party's like the event to go to. And it rang true on this ship as well. I think that's the most people I've seen at any event so far. So it makes sense that would be a big event normally, either way. But yeah, didn't go too crazy yesterday. Just kind of went with the flow. We actually didn't go down to Coco Key at all yesterday, but some people did, and they said the weather was a little bit different than it was the day before. It was cooler, the water was choppier, etc. We actually had really great weather the first day, although it was way too hot, which is why we didn't go the second day, because we just couldn't handle 2 days of fun in the sun, But I think that brings you up to date, and I'm not sure what we're going to do today. We haven't really looked at the schedule much. It's going to be probably a pretty chill day because, obviously we're getting ready to disembark and everything tomorrow, and we're all checked in for flights and whatever, and we'll be home tomorrow night. I know the dogs are missing us. We got an update earlier that they were, congregating, talking shit about us, but as they do, But anyway, yeah, we're going to finish getting ready, and then we're going to go eat, and we'll talk soon. So from there, we went up to the Marketplace Buffet on deck 15. As mentioned before, that is the only lunch option. And while I was always able to find something that was good to eat there, that's probably my least favorite thing about the MSC Meraviglia. I just feel like it was lacking options. Some of the options were a little bit weird. And yeah, I can see why MSC gets a bad rap when it comes to food. In my opinion, I think they need 1 or 2 more options, like a couple of included restaurants, or maybe they should partner with like a fast food chain or something, just so there's a little bit more offered. And I think that would really round out and complement how great everything else is. All right, so we just got back from lunch, and lunch was pretty good. I had a burger and a pizza and a couple of dessert thingies and a taco, just a little bit of this and that. The taco was probably the best thing that I had. Surprisingly good. They have like a taco little bar area in the buffet, and pretty much everything I've gotten from there has been very good tasting and stuff. But still the typical MSC buffet fare at this point, which has gotten a little stale. Dinner is still great. I love the dinner service, but lunch is kind of like more or less the same thing every day. They mix it up and add a couple of different things here and there, but it's basically the same stuff. But I'm nicely full, and yeah, we're back in the cabin now, as you can tell. we're gonna pack up our stuff and get all that going. We got our embarkation instructions. They were left on our door and everything, so we're pretty much closing things down here, unfortunately. You know, all good things must eventually come to an end. But it's been a good week. I think we've had a lot of fun. It was an interesting first cruise for sure. One thing I haven't officially mentioned yet, though, is that we actually kind of made sort of friends with the cruise director, Sarah. And she's amazing. She's spectacular. I may have worked this, editing Travis may have worked this into like a previous video at some point, but this is the first time I'm actually like, you know, in the moment talking about it. I met her the first night at one of the concerts, and I guess my interaction with her resonated enough that she sent us a plate of chocolate covered strawberries, and a little thank you note, which was very, very sweet of her. And she told me that she's the first female cruise director in MSC's history, I believe, which is kind of an awesome, really big deal. And, you know, so I know that they're kind of, watching to make sure that she's doing a good job, and you know, hoping that she'll resonate with people, because obviously the cruise director is supposed to be the most approachable person on the ship, and she's definitely delivering on that. Very, very sweet lady. Every time she makes an announcement or addresses the room in any sort of way, she just makes everybody like smile and feel good, and like she's created kind of a bubble here for us where we can kind of just forget about the outside world for a few days, and, you know, that kind of thing. So she's doing a great job, and I hope they keep her around because, you know, she's an asset from what I can tell. But anyway, yeah, we're just going to chill for a little bit, get things packed up. I don't know if I'll film any of that, but you never know. And we'll talk soon. All right, so we're heading up to deck 15, to the pool deck, to find a hot tub, hopefully. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and
the plan.
drinks.
Drinks, for sure. Carlos, our friends are saying that you don't get enough camera time, so...
Oh no.
Tell us about how your day is going. What are you drinking?
A margarita, and I'm laughing at Lost Kids.
Lost Kids, of course, yeah. Are you having a good trip? Are you sad that it's over tomorrow, or are you glad to go back to the real world? What are your thoughts? How are you feeling? Say it all.
I had a good time, but I think a week is the most that I can spend on a cruise ship.
Well, there you have it, folks. 1 week max. Straight from the horse's mouth. After that, we walked around the ship a little bit more. We did end up in a hot tub at one point, but we mostly took it as an opportunity to explore a little bit more. The MSC Meraviglia is a beautiful ship, and it's also a really large ship, so even on day 5, we hadn't been everywhere yet. And now, in retrospect, we actually still have places that we've yet to see. I'll be back on the Meraviglia in December, so I plan to hit up some of those areas, and since I'll be there by myself and it won't be my first cruise, I won't feel as pressured to like put the camera away and just enjoy the moment. That is one thing I will say that we struggled with this first trip, is just deciding between pulling the camera out and recording and just kind of going with the flow of what we were experiencing. I wish I would have gotten more footage of like the atrium, and I wish I'd gone out onto the boat deck and seen the lifeboats a little bit closer and just experienced Lady Meraviglia in her entirety. But I reckon as this channel progresses, we'll get better about that kind of stuff. And the best part about it is that things will only get more fine-tuned from here, so stay tuned. After that, we changed and went up to dinner. It was Italian night, and I do have to say that MSC being an Italian cruise line definitely kind of shined through, as we both thought this was the best dinner of the week. All right, so we just got back to the room from dinner. If editing Travis did his job right, you already knew that. But yeah, so we're gonna pack up our bag a little bit and put it outside so that we can have it picked up and whatever. And then we're gonna go down and do some trivia. Should be pretty chill evening. We've got trivia, and then we've got a theater show, and then we've got the Off the Rocks concert, and then we're gonna go to bed around, I don't know, 12:30 in the morning and wake up at, I don't know, 6:30 in the morning. So yay, 6 hours of sleep. That's more than I usually get, so it's fine. That's Carlos in there. He's packing up our stuff. He's better at that kind of stuff than I am, because I'll forget stuff, like my head if it's not attached. But anyway, we'll talk soon. So we left the room, and you'll see this footage of us kind of like walking through the promenade up the stairs to the pub. Not the Swarovski staircase in the atrium, unfortunately, but we went up to the bar, where of course we got a couple of drinks, and then played trivia with our friends Larry and Minetta. We actually did pretty well that night. I think that's the best we did all week, but we definitely didn't win. Two of the teams tied though, so they had a little bit of a tiebreaker.
Get ready for it, guys. Okay, first up, it's not the backpack. This is just our candies. Carries our prizes. Sorry, guys.
After trivia, the four of us decided to go to karaoke, and we actually did get some footage of me singing this time.
Now, the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain.
After karaoke, we made our way over to the Off the Record concert, and our favorite band of the week gave their final performance for our cruise. Sarah, the cruise director, also stopped in to say goodbye to us, thanks to our friend Minetta catching her in the hall and letting her know that we'd all be in there. And yeah, we just had a lot of fun with it and tried to give the band as much feedback as we could.
Look at these good camera holes.
You guys are gonna be on the internet, by the way.
We stopped in at the casino bar and had another drink, and then we said goodbye to our two new friends. Luckily, we were able to exchange contact information with them, and we've been doing our best to keep in touch. We do plan to cruise again together in the future. We bedded down and got our last few hours of sleep on the ship. Then we woke up and got some breakfast and waited for our disembarkation group to be called to exit the ship. And we said goodbye to the MSC Meraviglia, which of course ended up not being goodbye. As mentioned before, I'll be back on her in December, so it was more like see you later. I want to thank you all for watching this vlog series. We'll have our final thoughts coming out later this week. But if you've made it this far and you're still interested, just know that we appreciate you. And if this is the first video in the series that you're seeing, please go back and watch the other 4, as they contain some context for some of the stuff that you're seeing today. Also, if you would like, comment, subscribe, share, all that YouTube related call to action type stuff. And I hope you have a good night.